Hey everyone, this is part two of the three-part series. And in this one, we're going to go over what does a great leader or upline look like? Things to look for before you join someone. Because most people have a debate on whether or not your upline matters or not. But in some cases, it's good to have a good upline that can act as a mentor so that when you get started, you'll have a pretty good start in the beginning. So with that, uplines or leaders, they come in different sizes. Some large, some small. Some have different values, and some come from different backgrounds, whether it's education. There's some that have dropped out of high school to people who have got PhDs and postdocs. Also, they have different cultures. So they believe different things, and as well as different religions. Some can be Christian, some can be atheist, some Buddhist, and some may have come from different lines of work. There's been some uplines that have been lawyers, CPAs, even on down to working at Burger King or McDonald's. So when it comes to an upline explaining things, sometimes they can be crystal clear at explaining the different things that you need in order to get ahead or get forward in your journey in MLM, while some can be as complex as a rocket scientist, where they over explain or give you the fire hose treatment, where they give you too much information at one time and you're trying to disseminate what way to go or where to get started. So you get stuck in a place where you have analysis paralysis. And so, in the industry of MLM, there are a lot of people that are seeking your commitment, whether it's financial or your time. Now, I will give you 5 key things you should look for in a great MLM leader or just an upline altogether. The first trait that you want to look for is leaders evaluate your strengths and weaknesses. So that means everyone does not operate the same way. So a lot of people get discouraged because they are operating in their weaknesses instead of exposing their strengths. And you can see that a lot in the MLM industry because the typical path that you go into is you sign up and they tell you, all right, make a list of 50 to 100 people and you call everybody on the list, and some of them may ask you to do a three-way call, and then others will say, if you don't have 50 to 100 people, then you need to go to Walmart or go to the malls and just prospect to people, telling them, hey, do you keep your opportunities open? Do you keep your options open? And so with that, that might be a weakness for some people. And because they're not operating in their strengths and they having a hard time going through their weakness, some of them are getting left, most people are getting left behind instead of looking at what things are they good at, which come natural to them, and trying to expose those. Maybe they're not good at speaking to people out in public, but maybe they're good at speaking to people online. That could be another option that could be looked into. And that was just one example. Trait number 2, they try to get the downline or you to focus on SMART goals. So for this is important because for it is the small victories that help to develop the confidence and the drive to achieve the big victories. So sometimes when people get in, they feel very excited, and from the first day they say, "Yes, I'm going to make $1 million tomorrow." And sometimes it's good to have that upline or mentor to help them come to some form of reality. Because for one, if even if you did get to $1 million in one day or tomorrow, you'll lose it that quickly because it's a mindset thing. If you don't have the correct mindset for it, you will easily go back to the income in which your mindset has. So if you have a broke mindset, then there's a good chance that things will go back, your income will go back to the mindset that you have, which would be a broke mindset, which would be a broke income. But if you have a millionaire mindset, then of course your income will will eventually catch up to the mindset that you have. Trait number 3, they help you develop a game plan that works for you. This goes back to trait number 1, where it's you're evaluating your strengths and your weaknesses and looking at ways to exploit your strengths so that you gain the confidence to make those big victories. Trait number 4, empower the downlines to become leaders. This might sound counterintuitive or may sound obvious, but there's a lot of leaders out there that do not empower their downlines to be leaders. And either they know it or they don't know it. So for example, if you have to have your downline consistently call you to do three-way calls, and they've been in the business 2, 3 years, that's a problem. If you're doing online methods to doing traffic or social marketing, and after 3 years, your downline still have to come to you to understand what they need to do in order to get traffic, then that's a problem. If they have to come to you and ask you how to build a capture page after being in business 1 to 2 years, then that's a problem. So it's giving them the tools they need in order to be leaders, because eventually you will want them to duplicate the same things that you have done to help them build the mindset in order to turn around and replicate leaders in the future. Trait number 5, the leaders should be confident and consistent in their product. This is a good trait to have because there's a lot of leaders that have the shiny stone syndrome. So some people might ask, what is the shiny stone syndrome? So let's say you have a leader, you just joined this opportunity. Then 3 days later, you get an email or a phone call and say, "Hey, Johnny, guess what? I saw this opportunity, this new opportunity that could make us a whole lot of money. You should go ahead and join in right now because we are at the cutting edge of a new era of a new technology. All right, give me a call back when you get this message." And then you join this new company and you're excited because your leader seems like they were confident in this new opportunity. But then 3 days later, it's the same thing. "Hey, Johnny, guess what? I saw this new opportunity that could make us a whole lot of money." And eventually you get to the point where you get tired of jumping from opportunity to opportunity to opportunity to opportunity. Because the interesting thing is, contrary to belief, in any opportunity that you're in, you have the potential to make a lot of money in all opportunities that are out there. But the main thing is just finding the right one for you. So in summation, here are the 5 traits that you want to look for in a great upline or leader. Eventually, you want to have these traits as well when you become an upline. And those are: evaluate your strengths and weaknesses. They get you to focus on goals. They help you develop a game plan. They empower you to be a leader. And they are confident and consistent. And with that, I thank you for listening to this presentation. My name is Greg, the spokesman Stargell. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave me an email at greg.stargell2@gmail.com. Also, like me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/gstargell. And finally, if you're in an MLM opportunity and you're having a hard time getting sales or leads, be sure to check out the link at the bottom at buy.moneywithnorisk.com. And with that, I hope this information will be beneficial to you in the future and help you to get to the higher leagues in the MLM industry. All right, this is Gregory, the spokesman Stargell, and you all take care and God bless.